Is Trump's reign coming to an end? I'll answer that in a wee moment, but first, let's be honest. These days it's almost too easy to despair over politics in America and how that permeates and reverberates throughout the globe. I'm not going to pretend, even for a second, I have a magic solution or a fairy tale ending to the long national nightmare you're all living through. But sometimes, seeing the public finally catch on, watching the strongman magician circus act collapse under its own weight, can be almost euphoric. Right now you can feel it in the air. Trump's invincibility myth is disintegrating. The poll numbers say it all. Reuters, Ipsos, the American Research Group, even Morning Consult, usually Trump-friendly, are showing a total collapse in his favourability. -16, -21, even down into the low 30s in some approval polls. That's not just a bad news cycle, that's the sound of the strongman brand finally losing its magic. And let's be clear, this isn't about a single misstep. It's not just one Iran disaster or one NATO gaffe or one disastrous taxpayer-funded mega military parade that ended in cringe and empty seats. This is the slow-motion train wreck of humiliation that no amount of all-capped tweets can erase. Trump's handlers can pump out graphics of him saluting jets all they want, but the numbers don't lie, and for once, people aren't buying what the snake oil salesman is selling. Listen to his voice lately. Watch his body language. Trump at NATO, hunched, dejected, flailing, being mocked and laughed at by world leaders, bombing Iran and stumbling through a word salad about peace, sounding less like a leader and more like a drunk yelling, "No hard feelings," after starting a bar fight. Even Fox News is starting to hedge their bets. And you know it's bad when Trump's biggest cheerleaders are beginning to look for the exit. If you appreciate this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. His own base is still there. Well, of course they are. But even some Republicans are topping out. You don't get favourability this bad without losing support from your own side. The ICE raids in suburban parking lots, not playing so well in the heartland. The social media tantrums, the conspiracy theories, the endless fake pollsters, none of it's working anymore. Meanwhile, former loyalists like Bannon and even Tucker Carlson are inching away from the chaos until Trump calls them back for another on-air loyalty check. The mask is off, and what's underneath isn't a political genius. It's a guy still bragging about tariffs while inflation eats everyone alive. Still insisting on success in Iran when even the intelligence says otherwise. But, and it's a big but, let's not pretend this is the moment Democrats sweep in and save the day. In fact, while Trump is free-falling, the Dems are barely keeping their heads above water. Their polling is just as depressing, and their messaging, muddy at best and visible at worst. If you think the alternative to Trump's unravelling can be "we're not Trump," think again. America is no longer buying the "we're not as bad as him" anymore. They want vision, they want hope, and they want some action. So here's the reality. It's not enough to sit back and enjoy Trump's humiliation. The only thing worse than a failed strongman is an opposition that can't seize the moment. If Democrats want to win, they need to show you not just how Trump is feeling, but how they'll actually make things better. Otherwise, you're all stuck in the same old nightmare, just with new faces and the same old all over again. So, is Trump's reign coming to an end? Maybe it is. But it's not enough to sit around and hope it happens. You have to make it happen. So if you're tired of waiting for someone else to do it, demand more, demand vision, demand action, demand real leadership from both sides, and dump that Trump as soon as you possibly can, because Trump's mask is slipping. The public is finally seeing through the con act. But if the Democrats don't step up, someone even worse could be waiting in the wings. Stay sharp, stay loud, and don't settle for anything less than a real alternative. If you like what we're doing here, just click one of these videos. Go on, treat yourself. Now let me know your thoughts below. Agree or disagree, I'd still like to hear them. And if you fancy helping out, hit subscribe and give us a wee thumbs up for the algorithm. Really appreciate it, folks. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.